shame, shame, shameless Terry. Arsenal's new signing. I'm on loan at Arsenal for the rest of the season. Anything to help stop the four-peat or Klopp leaving with the Premier League. So if you take this seriously, you need to delete X and get a life. Now, this is him playing on the notion that he is a closeted Arsenal fan. He needs to just come out with it and say he loves supporting Arsenal, because all of his videos, I say all of them, most of his videos have been things like Arsenal are scary, Arsenal are unstoppable, and now we have Arsenal will win it. $60 million bargain. I wouldn't call Kai Havertz a $60 million bargain. I think he's underwhelmed for the amount of price they've paid, much like what they've brought him for, to play a false nine, to play as a midfielder, to play a striker. I have no idea. But a lot of Arsenal fans have been split on him. Just ask Gooner. Doesn't even call him by his name. Calls him by his shirt number, 29. Amazing stuff. So it is tongue-in-cheek. It is going to be something that will be looked at as a meme, because of course in the comments when you watch Terry's videos, anything relating to Arsenal, everyone will say Terry's an Arsenal fan, he's glazing Arsenal, he wants Arsenal to win, he's not a United fan, he's really an Arsenal fan in disguise and all this sort of shit. So I don't, make it that what you will. I think it's a little bit funny, a little bit cheesy, a little bit cringy, but I get it. It's not bad. It's not a bad way to play up the meme when it comes to the Arsenal and Terry supporting them, so fair enough. But to get to the game, let's get to the game. 2-1 it finished. Rice scoring a lovely header in the 19th minute. Wissa with an equaliser. Ramsdale, I have no idea what he was doing. He was thinking he had so much time, and as he's carrying the ball across his goal, Wissa comes in, slides in, he goes to kick it off Wissa into the back of the net. And then in the second half, Tony could have scored an absolute worldie. Now, the way the angle was going, it looked like the ball was swerving, might have hit the post or just went out, but any chance that does still go in. So Ramsdale with a very good save to stop that from going in. Could have potentially made it at 2-1 at that point. So it's good to see that Ramsdale did pull off a save to keep his team in it, even though he sort of like had the other team come into it. Now, Brentford, from what I'm seeing online, a lot of people are saying that Brentford were time wasting and they were just shithousing all over the pitch, and nothing more satisfying than getting a win against a team that has been time wasting the whole game or the second half. You don't say. Because when we played Nottingham Forest the other week, when we got the 99th minute winner from time wasting, from yellow cards, from injuries on the sit down, get up, all that sort of shit, we were said, oh, the ref's giving him more time than what's needed. They were wasting time throughout the whole second half, effectively. Not our problem. The whole drop ball situation, I already explained that. Referee cocked up, yes, 2 minutes later, we scored. I don't give a shit about that anymore. That's been done and dusted. But Arsenal, 2-1, it was. And as it stands, they are top of the league, if by a point. Now, City and Liverpool play tonight for myself in the morning. 2:45 a.m. I've been given the day off tomorrow, which is nice, so I can afford to stay up and watch this game with a fucking heart rate of 150 BPM from the start till full time, depending on what happens, of course. But as it stands, the goal difference is what really is going to separate everybody. And I said that in my last video about Arsenal. They're scoring goals for fun. They're a goal machine. How many goals they score may determine who wins this league. But if it does come down to goal difference, because as it stands, it's very tight. 2 points between third and first. City in third on 62, Liverpool second on 63, Arsenal at the moment first on 64. But if Liverpool win, then we go back to a 2-point gap. If Man City win, they go to a 1-point gap. So it is still very tight in that top of the table area. And this is what Arsenal are banking on, a draw at best, because if there's another extra point gained for either of the teams, then it could be a little bit more of a tricky situation, because after the break, next City have to play Arsenal at the Etihad. And having Arsenal played them already twice this season in the Charity Shield, and also having played at the Emirates, beating them at the Emirates for the first time in a very long time, they have the belief that they can go on and beat them at the Emirates, at the Etihad, Emirates, all these Arabian airlines and stadium namings, confusing at times. And they will go there with full belief, because the way they've been playing, the way they've been going about their business, fair enough, you can't say anything to the contrary. They've been very, very good. And anyone who denies that, I think, is just living in denial. They're in delusional land. You can't tell me that, oh, Arsenal are, they're top of the league, but yeah, they've been playing like, okay, they're beating shit teams and whatever. You're still winning games. Doesn't matter if it's 5 or 6. This is where the goal difference comes in. If you got extra points for beating a team by more than 3 goals, for example, it'd be different. You'd have maybe people trying to score more goals. Now, that may be a rule that people may want to implement 100 years into the future once we're all come and gone. I would hope not. I like the rules as they are now. Goal difference will be key. Now, as it stands, 7 goal difference. Man City, Liverpool playing, as I said, overnight, and it could all change from there on in. But this is what I say to Arsenal fans. It's good to be first, obviously. It's good that you're first and you're happy and all that sort of shit. We're top of the league, we believe, go King Kai and all that sort of stuff. Okay, whatever. But we've been in this battle with this Man City team before. Obviously, it's not the same crop of players, but it's the same manager, it's the same background, backstaff, sorry. It's the same mentality of this club and this manager being Pep Guardiola, and it ain't easy. We've been beaten to the title by this team twice by 1 fucking point. Twice by 1 point. This team do not know when they're dead and buried. They could lose to Liverpool, which I hope they do. Obviously, being a Liverpool fan, they could lose to Liverpool, but then they could beat Arsenal, because anything's possible in football. This is Man City. Even though their defense hasn't been as great, Pep maybe tinkers a little bit too much, they still have the firepower up front. De Bruyne is back. They have Haaland scoring goals. Foden is a man possessed. Alvarez is still chipping in with goals here and there. Now, they don't have a Grealish, possibly a Doku for this match, so maybe they say Foden will be on the left and you have Bernardo Silva on the right. Obviously, you have De Bruyne in the middle and Haaland up front, my bad. And anything can happen in that game, but on the flip side, in the defensive aspects, Liverpool do have what it takes to counter them and score some goals themselves if we're all on our game. Obviously, we're missing big players, but you can watch my preview, very early preview for my thoughts on that game here. But this is, I'll just finish it by saying this. Arsenal fans, good to be first. If Liverpool do get the win, dare I say it, would their tune change? Will they think, okay, maybe we can't win this? Maybe Liverpool are just going to take this from us this season. Came close last year. Are we going to come close again? We know what it's like. We've come close many a time against this Man City team. It's not a foregone conclusion that Man City will win all these games. And I know some other people in the YouTube footballing space will say, well, Man City beat Liverpool, then they go on to win the league. Or Man City draw with Liverpool, but then they'll beat Arsenal. How does that work out? Why would you say you lose to Liverpool or draw to Liverpool, but then you'll beat Arsenal? Is it because it's at the Etihad, maybe? I don't know. Arsenal are still doing their thing. So long as they're winning their games, that's all they can do. Tonight's game will be a test. See where Liverpool are at the moment against this Man City team that have not won in Anfield with a full crowd in many a year. But then what happens next week, or the week after, I should say, between Man City and Arsenal, that's really going to be the telltale sign. Because should Liverpool beat City tonight, then should City and Arsenal draw, well, that leaves Liverpool in a good position. And then again, as I've said, we still have to play Spurs. We still have to go to Old Trafford. Arsenal still have to play Chelsea. They have to play Spurs again. City have to play Spurs. So there are still games that could yet swing things in either which direction. Yet to be seen. But Arsenal, congrats on the win. 2-1 against Brentford. You're not going to win every game 5 or 6-0. Sometimes you have to grind out a result. And as they say, this is what Premier League champions do. This is what champion teams do. They grind out results. But Liverpool winning late results and grinding them out is unsustainable. But Arsenal pulling one out at the end there, well, that's what champions do. Can't make up our minds with this shit. Wins are wins. Doesn't matter how you get them, you get wins. And I'm hoping for a Liverpool win come 4:45 a.m. Monday morning.